Because from then on, you seem to set the pace in this game.
I don't know if it was that. When we scored the goal, I think that was the big thing for us. And it got the crowd, got the building energized, and then we scored again. Obviously, it was a good feeling, and then that set us up for the third period.
What's with the spirit of this club? These 2-0 deficits, and that can be a killer. And to come back and pull away in this game, what's the energy source of all that?
The way it's going, I think we should pull our goaltender in the first 5 minutes of the game and give him a couple goals and then play. It says a lot about the group, our players, our guys, and just to continue battle. Obviously, I'd rather be up 2-0 rather than down 2-0. But this team seems to come together and play really well when we're down, and that's a good quality to have.
Todd, are you able to enjoy this now? I mean, we neglected to ask you about your 200th win after your 200th win. Now it's 201. Are you enjoying this and making the most of it, I guess?
Well, when we're winning, I think everything we went through, and I think when you understand your fate, it's easier to enjoy this because we know where we're at. We know we aren't going to accomplish our goals that we set back in September. So from that standpoint, it is disappointing, but I think you get past that disappointment because you know where you're going to sit, and then it leads to other things that we've talked about as a group and what we want to accomplish, kind of new goals. And when you start achieving those new goals, it leads to enjoying it more.
Coach, Nick Foligno's first 2 goals are a product of open ice turnovers you guys are able to force. You guys are able to force similar turnovers against the Islanders the other night, too. How is it that your group has been able to force those mistakes against good teams that are protecting leads?
The pressure, it's no different. It doesn't matter who you're playing, whether it's them against us or us against them, pressure. Working to eliminate time and space, forcing guys to have to make quick decisions and put them in uncomfortable positions. We did that, created some turnovers, and then we're able to finish.
I know rivalries are made in the postseason, but how much can a game like this add to a rivalry like this budding relationship?
It's continuing to build. That's what you like, and it's no different. You know, you come out the energy in the building with the Pittsburgh fans and our fans, and that starts it. And then you get a couple hits here and there, and bumps of our goalie, and that starts to elevate the emotion. And obviously there's a history too. So all those things, it always goes back to the history of it, and then it energized us.
Todd, Nick Foligno has said a few times that an off-season talk with you has helped him in terms of confidence, where you expressed to him you think he can score goals in this league. Did you have 30 in mind, or has this even exceeded what you thought could happen?
I don't know if I can quote myself because I'm not really sure exactly what I said, but I knew it was 25, at least 25 for sure. And I think he's a guy that can get up into the 30s, and he proved it.
How does one celebrate being part of a franchise record-setting win streak, Todd?
Go home and walk my dogs.
Do you bring it up to the team?
What's that? Me enjoying it or our team enjoying it?
Well, either, both.
Those guys will find ways to enjoy it. But for us, it's an accomplishment. Everything that we've gone through a lot this year. We really have. And when you have moments like this, it's again, it takes away from the disappointment and the bitterness and everything that's gone on, and you're able to enjoy it. And you can tell that the guys are having fun in the locker room. You can tell in practices and when they get around each other that there's a different mood. It's obviously a better mood because you're winning and you're finding ways to win hockey games, and that's the two extremes. When you win hockey games, obviously we just got to remember it. We got to remember these feelings and the effort that has to go into it, the commitment that has to go into it, and everybody buying in and doing the right things and sacrifice and all those things, and hopefully it leads to the results. And right now we're getting the results.
Along those lines, Todd, I think Ryan Johansson was quoted after the last win as saying, somebody asked him if he was looking forward to October, and he said, I'm looking forward to next April. Does it have that kind of impact? Can it have that kind of impact, what you're doing right now?
I wouldn't see why not. And for me, I think what's forefront is the disappointment of where we're at. And that, to me, has to be what's got to be the driving force behind our summer. And obviously, we know what we can do, because this is the confidence part of it, is when we're all together and healthy, and you need a little bit of luck there to be healthy. But when guys are committed and playing the right way and doing the right things, you can see the results. But to me, the driving force has to be is the disappointment of our season.
The Islanders are fighting for positioning. The Penguins are not a lock to make the playoffs. Do you take joy in being a spoiler with these teams?
Absolutely. And they're, for me, they're the top teams in the league. And when you're, again, we're, I think, 5-0 right now. We talked about this stretch, and you could even go back to Calgary and Vancouver, two teams that were in the playoffs, that are in the playoffs. So you go back, and that's 7-0 against playoff teams right now. And then, we got a really good test on Monday in New York.
Todd, just right here, back here.
Yeah.
Just wanted to ask you, you were talking about it's a little disappointment not making the playoffs, but isn't there some enjoyment that this team looked like it's going to have a third straight winning season?
Yes. You're trying to take positives out of certain things, and considering where we were at, I think I went back a month ago, I think we were 7 games under 500, 6 or 7. And a month later, you're, 4 games over 500 now? 4 games over 500. And it says a lot about the guys and the commitment and, the pride in playing. And it was a great atmosphere in the building tonight. It was great. The fans were enjoying it. I was on the bench. As I said, I got the best seat in the house, and it was an enjoyable game to be a part of.